Yeah, I made it. I didn't know if it's going to happen. It's like, Emily, hello. Yeah, but oh, what's this?
Perfect.
Please
All
be
right, so
live
we are
streamed.
backstage right
Okay.
now. The radio show here will be starting in just under a minute. We've got about 35 seconds to go till showtime. And we do have a wonderful guest joining us tonight, so I'm excited to hear more about what Sabine all has going on. It's gonna be a lot of fun. About 10 seconds. Welcome to Ability MKE Now. My name is Sue Roscoff, and here at Ability MKE Now, we are a show all about integration, bringing people with disabilities and people that don't have a disability together, enjoying life here in the Milwaukee area. We all have different abilities, and here at Ability MKE Now, we dive into this topic of diverse abilities. The concept of disability hits a wide range of possibilities. We could be talking about physical or mental disabilities, the deaf and hard of hearing community, blindness, chronic pain, mental health diagnosis, goals of substance use reduction, and the list goes on. We all have our own experience with disability, whether it's our own or with people we know or people we encounter in our daily lives. Here at Ability MKE Now, we break down the barriers and celebrate the ability in all of us. I am very excited to be able to bring in a new friend to the show tonight. And to do some introductions, we're going to have Emily Golmer go ahead and join us here and introduce our lovely guest. Emily, over to you.
So our guest today, Sabine Becker, out of California, has an organization called Sabine Becker Speaks, but she is an inspirational speaker who's been on the PBS network, and has defied limiting beliefs by using her acronym, PUSH, which stands for Persevere Until Success Happens. So Sabine, why don't you come in here and say a little more about who you are, what you do, more about the PUSH acronym. Anything else you'd like to say?
Oh, yeah. Hello, everybody. Yeah, I have a lot to say. Thank you so much for having me here. I'm Sabine Becker, and I'm originally, as you might be able to hear, I'm from Germany. That's why I have the accent. And I was born in the early 1960s. And my mother, unbeknownst to her, I mean, she took the drug thalidomide. Maybe some of you remember the drug thalidomide. It was given very, very freely to pregnant women in the late 1950s and early 60s to help them with anxiety, insomnia, and especially with morning sickness. And these women, nor the doctors, they didn't know that it could cause very significant disabilities. And that's exactly what happened. I'm one of approximate 20,000 people babies who were born with a disability. For those who cannot see me because you're on the radio, I was born with very, very small arms, and I had to learn to literally push persevere until success happens. I had to learn how to use my feet for all daily tasks. So how does that look like? There are a lot of people who meet me in daily life because I'm super outgoing. I'm everywhere and anywhere. So they really wonder, how does she do it? But, it just took a lot of perseverance and my parents who believed in me. When I tried to complain, because I was a kid, right? So when I complained, they said, no, absolutely not. We don't want to hear anything of this. You are going to do exactly like all other children. You just do things differently. So right from the start, I knew I was different, but I didn't think much about it. because I just did stuff with my feet and how that looks like. I get dressed with my feet. I comb my hair, wash my hair with my feet. I put makeup on, eyeshadow and mascara with my left foot. And that's just how I learned it. So I didn't think at first, at least, that it was such a big deal. Because I thought everybody does it like this. I remember I was a kid. So I grew up with that mentality, I can do it. And if I see an obstacle in front of me, don't worry about it. Just try to figure out how to go around the obstacle because my parents wouldn't have any complaining. And the one thing I could never say at home, I can't. My mother, especially, who is a real German woman, my mother is a really German woman. Oh, Mamma Mia. So she said, no, 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 this is not how it's going to go. You are going to find a way how you will find a solution. So I really grew up this way, just thinking this is really normal. And of course, I did have growing pains as a teenager. Obviously, I mean, even teenagers who don't have a difference, it's very difficult for them. So I thought that my disability defines me. And that was not a good time. But the way, and I have a book, The Power of Push, and I described my struggle, and it was a struggle. I don't want to minimize that either. It was a struggle to find a way to be a teenager and to feel beautiful because I thought, oh my gosh, I'm the only one who has tiny little arms. Everybody has regular arms. Then I went down the road. Who's ever going to love me? Will I have children? And so on. And it was really tough. And then my grandmother gave me a book. And that's the pivotal point. Gave me a book. It was called Joni. Just very simple, Joni by Joni Eareckson. And maybe some of you remember Joni, and she's still alive here in California. By the way, I live in San Diego, California now. Joni is still alive. And Joni, as a young girl, she broke her back in a diving accident. So she was a paraplegic. And that was the first time I've ever heard about somebody with a disability actually making it, because I didn't think, oh, well, who's going to hire me? Oh, why would I even study in school? But Joni Eareckson has shown me that you can exist very beautifully with a disability. And I learned that. And then eventually, when I was 18, I left Germany to go to France and I studied psychology and social work. Well, first social work, a bachelor's in social work, and then a master's degree in psychology. And I worked for almost my entire life with people with differences because I really knew I wanted to help them to show them that a disability does not mean limitation. And I'm still very big on this today. So, whew. God, that was a lot.
No, that's excellent. I love what I'm hearing because that is the type of thing
Yeah,
to have
right.
parents that can push
Oh,
you and can put your mindset in that place
yes,
like that. What a difference that makes.
yes, it really does. And I've seen parents, during my work life, who have really super protected their children who had differences. And it's so much harder for those children because if a parent does everything for them, the child never really has to literally push. And that's my work acronym, PUSH. It stands for persevere until success happens. And I'm a public speaker, and I'm author, and also coach. And I teach today people how they can transform adversity into an opportunity. Because when I was young, I thought adversity is just this dreaded curse. But today I know adversity can be even a gift. I know that's sometimes a long shot, especially when we're within that adversity. But I really believe, and I challenge people to do it all the time, to see the adversity eventually as a gift, or at least as something they can not just overcome, but that they can transform into some opportunity for growth, whatever opportunity. And I really think that's I that's a long story. With my second chance in life, let me tell you a little bit about it very, very briefly. So I went through my life, and by the way, I have a son. My son is now 40 years old. So and I have 3 grandchildren. I cannot believe I'm just yeah. But I was married, and my son is like I said, 40 years old, a beautiful boy, and beautiful grandchildren. But 12 years ago, there was another very pivotal point, and that's how I actually came up with this push, PUSH, persevere until success happens. I always knew how to persevere, but on May 17, 2012, I was driving, yes, and I'm driving a non-modified car, absolutely no modifications. I can drive any car. I can drive any car. There's plenty of pictures on YouTube, wherever you can find it. And so I was driving. Fortunately, I had a passenger with me. I was driving on that day, May 17, 2012, and I experienced a massive stroke while I was driving my car. Yes. And that, yes, it's never good to have a stroke. It's never a good place to have a stroke. But I think when you're driving your own car, that must be one of the worst places. And that's why I feel so passionate. That's why I want to get the word out about push. Because what happened, I did not crash the car. Because thanks to my passenger, instead of freezing, because I passed out in front of the steering wheel, instead of freezing, he grabbed the steering wheel in the absolute last second. Otherwise, we would have crashed through the guardrail into the Rio Grande River, because that happened in New Mexico, and in a very, very isolated place. And long story short, people can read it in my book, The Power of Push. Long story short, it took 2 hours, 45 minutes to get me to the next major hospital. A long story with a helicopter, the light flight helicopter, couldn't land because of weather and terrain. It was a long story. But 2 hours, 45 minutes, I finally received TPA. That's a drug, a blood clot busting drug. Now I have spit it out. Because and it can make a difference between life and death. But it was really very, very late because my brain has sustained a lot of damage during that time while I had not enough oxygen due to the blood clot in my brain. And when I woke up in the neuro-intensive care unit, I couldn't walk. I couldn't speak. And my left foot, which is my main foot, my dominant foot, it looked like a frozen claw. I couldn't move any of the toes.
Wow.
And the doctors, they were not too helpful either. The doctors, they said they thought the brain damage I sustained was just too much. I probably will never walk again. I probably will never speak again, and certainly will never do anything for myself. But you know what? Anybody who ever meets me knows I'm a real force of life. And I thought, you know what? Those doctors, I will show them whatever I can do. They didn't count on me. So, but I gotta say, it's 1 year, 1 full year, 360 days to the day, 360 days of physiotherapy or physical therapy, occupational therapy, and speech therapy, because I had to learn everything from zero. It was just, I couldn't, my brain forgot how to walk. That's how it was explained to me, that I need to use neuroplasticity to build new highways, freeways, new streets in my brain because the old ones were dead. And they're still dead if you saw a scan of my brain. But anyway, 1 year. And this is when I came up with push because I needed something, because everybody around me told me I can't. So I thought, what is it I really need? What is it that will help me and eventually other people? But I didn't even think that far. What will help me? And I came up with a push. I just got a push. And then I thought, okay, push. Okay. Oh, that it wasn't that way, but I finally figured out that it would be persevere until success happens. And today I'm teaching the push principles because there are 6 principles. Let's see if I can count them out. It's hope. It's hope because everything has to start with hope. Because if we don't have hope, then we really don't have much. And then it is, oh my gosh, what's the second one? Courage, positive mindset. You need to believe that you can, that you're absolutely capable of doing something. And you have to have a deep-seated belief. And I had that. I knew I would walk again. I would talk again. You know, I speak 4 languages. I knew that one day I will speak those 4 languages again. I just knew it. And then, of course, positive mindset and resilience, and the famous one, perseverance. And that's how I came up with the push, the power of push. And I want to pass that along because I'm saying you do not need to have a disability. You do not need to have had a stroke. Your adversity is just as important. And I want to show people how they can transform that adversity into triumph.
I love this.
Your
And
story is so inspiring.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And then, no, you know, I got the second chance because under those circumstances, to have a stroke while you're driving a car at 65 regular speed, 65 miles per hour on a mountain road, and you're about to crash through that guardrail into the Rio Grande. That's really a second chance at life if you survive that. And I survived, and I'm here. And one of my, speaking of goals, speaking of success, one of my goals, imagine that, one of my goals in physical therapy was I wanted to run a marathon. And a marathon, so of course, many people know it, but I'm just saying 26.2 miles long. And I was going to run that marathon in Los Angeles, California. Never mind that I couldn't walk at that time. That didn't really, okay, that's, it's adversity, right? So 7 years after my stroke, almost to the day, 7 years later, I did finish the 26.2 mile Los Angeles marathon. Yeah. And I couldn't walk, at the time. And it took so much training. It took years of training to do this massive 26.2 miles from Los Angeles to Santa Monica. But I'm saying this example because I want my life, my second chance is to encourage people that we really can reach so much more than we initially think. Because when you can't walk and you're dreaming to run a marathon, 26.2 miles, you can do it. You need to believe you can. And therefore, I encourage people to push, and it's all over the media.
Awesome. Oh, so many wonderful things. And my head's going in so many directions.
Yeah, I know.
Friends joining us here. I want to have a chance for them to come on in and say hello. Alan, so much glad you are here. I'm wondering if you want to come on in and say a quick hello and share what's on your mind here.
Well, Sabine, all I say is namaste, my angel.
Thank you so much.
I sense a accent of German, no?
Yeah, originally
Yes.
German, yeah,
Okay.
but I live in the United
Okay.
States.
Okay, I was actually in I'm going to tell you how surreal this is. I was in Germany from 87 to 90. I was in the U.S. Army, 13 Bravo. And
Oh,
I
yeah,
had
okay.
a similar, I was a job in the Autobahn. They probably put the speed limit because of me and many others. But I drove a Autobahn and I was driving. I have a long memory from April 9, 1990 to 6:40 in the morning. I was going about 250 miles per hour. I flipped the
Ah,
BMW, going, I blinked once, I was on, it shook. I blinked again, it was on two wheels. The
yeah.
third time, it slid down, the tires and flipped and bounced, and the only thing that wasn't intact was the steering wheel. That was it. I walked out and I had four people in the back. I was racing back. I saw back planes, but I was writing, that's what I was doing. I was writing a story. I am blown away that you have such an amazing spirit about you for what you've gone through. I take you off from the bottom of my heart. Wish I can, hug from all the way from
Oh,
California,
yeah.
love. It's all about, but, and I live in, straight out of Compton. I grew up in Compton, know what Los Angeles is. I was in the 84 Olympics as a background person, the one too. So, and I do many things, but it's ironic that, and Emily knows about it. I just got information about Roger Bannister, one of my associates who's working on a new project that is, let's just say, he's taking a piece of clay, and at no cost, you just have to show the selfie. And when he builds this amazing monument of the great athletes that are around the world, they will be going to be, I have a whole big message about it, but I was told just last night to find those in the sports world. And my goodness, Sabine is in the house. And she has a story that is going to change the world. And
Sabine
ladies
is in
and
the house.
gentlemen, oh my goodness. Let me
Well,
stop
I'm glad
talking
we
because,
met.
we just getting started. You're not getting rid of your uncle from another brother,
Oh,
because
oh.
Emily and Sue is got me, and she knows that I'm gonna stop talking now because Emily is about to bring to the stage some more information. But one more, Sabine.
Okay, Alan,
Thank
awesome
you.
to meet you. Awesome, awesome, awesome. And who
Excellent.
is this? Diva?
Yeah, Diva is
Oh,
in the house as
Diva.
well. Denise Vargas,
He
come
was in
on
the
in, say
house.
hello.
Wow. Look at that. I love that business card type. And how do you do this? It's like,
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, I learned Canva. I love Canva actually. But yeah, I missed your story. I'm gonna have to watch this again later because I got bits and parts of it. I love what I heard. I love PUSH because I love acronyms and I love what
yeah.
PUSH stands for. So yeah, I am looking forward to getting to know you better. For all the rest,
Absolutely.
hello Milwaukee, all the way from New York.
Milwaukee.
Sorry
Where
that
are you at? Are you in Milwaukee?
I'm in New York.
Oh, okay. New York. Oh
We
my
are
gosh,
coast to
what time
coast
is it?
tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. And Ellen, where are you at?
Oh, I'm in Southern California. That's my diva, or that's my sister from another out there in New York. No, I'm in California,
Oh,
Southern
okay.
California. It is hot out here. It's about 100 degrees.
Oh,
Diva, stop
is
sending
it?
that out
Is it?
here.
Well, here in San Diego,
Yes.
it's not too bad yet.
Oh no, I'm in a small town called Hemet. It's down in the little basin.
Oh, where are you?
Hemet. It's like Inland
Hammett?
Empire, Riverside. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, we're neighbors. I'm in
You guys are
Temecula.
close.
I'm in Temecula. We're next door, like within
Oh,
20
well,
miles.
I know about the Promenade Mall.
You see,
You
see,
didn't get
see?
you
Hammett.
didn't. But you didn't give me that what was that you're supposed to give me what was that what the Promenade Mall has, that incredible Cinnabon. I thought we were
Oh,
supposed to ship
yeah?
me. Diva, you didn't give me the Cinnabon. See, I'm gonna get
Uh-oh.
Diva on Emily. Okay, that's okay. We'll talk later. Okay. Diva,
Emily.
where am I? Okay.
Yeah,
Anyway, great meeting all of you.
it is a small world, but we can all come
Yeah.
together here, and it turns out
Yeah,
you guys
it's right
are
next
close
door.
together. I love it. So So I know I love your story. I love all the things that you're sharing. I'm wondering if I know with you do speaking engagements, and
Yes.
what is your favorite topic? What piece do you enjoy talking about the most?
Oh, I have several favorite topics, but I really believe in the embrace the push mindset, first of all, because you just gotta believe in yourself. And then also challenge your limiting beliefs, because people have these limiting beliefs and negative self-talk. And that's one of my absolutely favorite things to talk about. And then, of course, you know what? You got to take action. And that's what I inspire people to take action, and I challenge them. I'm a very, very nice person, but sometimes I'm challenging people too. It's like, woo. And to persevere through the challenges in front of them instead of saying I can't. And I also, one of the things that I'm getting a little tiny bit older now, it is also the legacy. What legacy do you want to leave behind? So last couple of years, I really started to talk about legacy. What do you want to leave behind for your children and your grandchildren and those around you? And those are all subjects I love, love, love to talk about.
Excellent. Well, and I think you and Denise have a very similar approach, because I know Denise does a lot with coaching and the whole
Yeah.
concept of live creatively. Actually, Denise,
Yeah.
just share a little bit about what live creatively is all about.
Sure. The company's name is Live Creatively, and I named it that because my entire life, much like yourself, I've been living creatively. I also have a disability, but I'd never let that stop me. Anything that anybody else can do, if I truly want to do it, I just need to tweak it to work for me.
Mhm.
And it's all about absolutely your mindset. What you focus on will come about. And my mantra, so my name is not just Diva for Denise Vargas, but also because I dream every day, visualize always, because when you do focus on what you want, it will come about.
Absolutely. I love that, Denise. And I'm a big dreamer. I actually have a dream board sitting right here. And sometimes when we all get a little bit frustrated, I look at my dream board, and that usually does the trick. So I don't feel sorry for myself, which I once in a while do. But dreaming is definitely big and the right mindset. So I screw my head back on straight again. But I love the dreaming part, absolutely. And you got to have action behind it too. And maybe it comes through the screen. I love taking action. I'm a go-getter. I'm a leader. Love taking action to make things happen.
Love it, love it.
So I know you
Good
have
to
written
meet
a
you.
book. Can you remind us now, what is the name of the book? And if anyone is looking for it, where would they find that?
Okay, the title is The Power of Push, or The Rebel's Guide. The Rebel's Guide of the Power of Push, because I have rebelled against adversity all my life. And I thought it was very appropriate to call my book The Rebel's Guide to the Power of Push, how to transform adversity into triumph. And you can get it at one of our big sellers. I don't know if I can say to you.
Gotcha. So it's easy to find then. So
It's
people,
very, very easy to find. Yeah, anybody can find it. Sabine Becker and the Rebel's Guide to the Power of Push, or the Power of Push would probably be enough to find it. I'm all over the place there, and get the book, because we had 20 minutes to speak. There's a lot to my story, and it's not just a memoir. It is because I feel it's important to share the tips and the tricks that have helped me in my lifetime, so they can work for you too, regardless of your adversity.
excellent. And that is something we all face different adversities, but it's different for each of us.
Absolutely.
And every
Absolutely.
day, everything that we all encounter, we're going to have it's part of life. And it's
Mhm.
just a matter of what is it for me? What is it for you? It's going to be something different for all of us. So having that positive mindset and figuring out, how do I get there? What do I do to get to my goals? And I love what I've heard tonight. You're an inspiration, and I am excited
you
to
so
hear
much.
more. And I'm so happy to have had the chance to meet you. So again, this is
Absolutely.
Sabine Becker. Thank you so much for joining us. And as always, Denise Vargas, Alan Holmes, and Emily Gomer. This again, my name is Sue Roskoff, and as always, we thank you.
Awesome.